He took my virginity. Then he took someone else's lips the same night. I was 17. I forgave him. That was my first mistake. The second was letting him back in. He said I was a sociopath. I said he was a hypocrite. We were both right, but only one of us had been bleeding. You came to my house. You had sex with me. We cuddled. I cry every day. He said that to me at a party, in front of everyone. I looked at him and said nothing. Then I watched him run away crying, and I felt nothing. He fucked up my first time, so I fucked up his entire sense of self-worth. Fair trade. He took my virginity. Then he took someone else's lips the same night. I was 17. I forgave him. That was my first mistake. The second was letting him back in. The third was thinking I could ever love him again. His name was Caleb James, 17 too. Dark hair, crooked smile, the kind of boy who made you feel like the only girl in the world when he looked at you. I was a junior in high school. He was a junior too. We had been dating for 4 months when I decided I was ready to give him the one thing I had never given anyone. My body, my trust, my virginity. It was supposed to be special. That is what everyone says. That is what I believed. I wanted it to be with someone who loved me, someone who would remember it the way I would, someone who would hold me after and tell me it meant something. He did hold me after. He did tell me it meant something. And then he went to a party, and he made out with another girl the same night, hours after I bled on his sheets, hours after I gave him something I could never get back. I found out the next morning, a text from a friend, a photo, his lips on hers, his hands on her waist, his smile, the same smile he had given me while I was underneath him. I confronted him. He cried. He begged. He said it did not mean anything. He said she kissed him first. He said he was confused. He said he loved me. He said he would never do it again. And I believed him because I was 17, because I was stupid, because I had just given him everything and I did not know how to take it back. I forgave him. That was my first mistake. The second was staying. The third was pretending that everything was fine when it was not. We dated for another year after that. A year of arguments. A year of him being too needy, too insecure, too desperate for my attention. He texted me 50 times a day. He got jealous when I talked to other guys. He cried when I did not answer fast enough. He said I was the only good thing in his life. He said he would die without me. He said I was his reason for everything. And I believed him because I was 18, because I still did not know that love is not supposed to feel like a hostage situation. I broke up with him a year later, not because of the cheating, not because of the lies, because I could not stand him anymore. His neediness, his insecurity, the way he looked at me like I was his mother, his therapist, his reason for breathing. I told him it was over. He cried. He begged. He said he would change. He said he could not live without me. I left anyway. And for the first time in a year, I felt like I could breathe. I spent the next few months having fun, meeting other guys, going on dates, sleeping with people who did not cry when I did not text back. I felt free. I felt alive. I felt like I had finally escaped something that had been drowning me. But then the insecurity crept in. The voice in my head that said I did not deserve better. That said Caleb was the only one who would ever love me. That said I should just go back because at least someone wanted me. I was 19. I was lonely. I was stupid. So I texted him. Just a casual hey. Just testing the water. Just seeing what would happen. What happened was him responding within 3 seconds. What happened was him asking to see me. What happened was me saying yes. We met at his apartment. He was living alone now. His room was clean. His sheets were new. He looked at me like I was a ghost he had been waiting years to see. "I never stopped loving you," he said. I did not say it back. I could not, because I did not love him. I was just lonely. I was just scared. I was just too weak to be alone. We had sex that night, and the next night, and the night after that. 3 times. 3 times I let him touch me. 3 times I let him hold me. 3 times I let him whisper things I did not feel. He thought we were getting back together. He thought this was a second chance. He thought I was finally ready to love him the way he loved me. He was wrong. I was using him, not for revenge, not for closure, just because I was empty. And he was there. And it was easy. That is the ugliest truth I have ever admitted. I did not want him. I just did not want to be alone. After the 3rd time, I looked at him and felt nothing. No warmth, no affection, no nostalgia. Just a cold, hollow recognition that this person meant nothing to me anymore. He was not my boyfriend. He was not my friend. He was not even a good memory. He was just a boy who had taken my virginity and then kissed someone else the same night. A boy who had cried and begged and manipulated me into staying. A boy who had trained me for a year and then acted like I was the problem. I sat up in his bed. I pulled on my clothes. And I told him the truth. I have more important things in my life now. This was a mistake. I do not love you. I do not think I ever did. He stared at me. His face went pale. His mouth opened and closed like a fish out of water. "What do you mean?" He whispered. "You said you wanted to try again. You came to my house. You had sex with me. You cuddled with me. What do you mean you do not love me?" I did not answer. I just walked out, and I did not look back. That should have been the end, but it was not, because a few weeks later, I saw him at a party. A mutual friend's birthday, loud music, cheap beer, people laughing, people dancing, people who had no idea that 2 people in the room were about to tear each other apart. I saw him across the room. He was standing alone, holding a red cup, staring at me. I ignored him. I talked to other people. I laughed. I danced. I pretended he did not exist. But he could not do the same. He walked up to me. His face was red. His eyes were wet. He had been crying. Or maybe he had been drinking. Or maybe both. "Can we talk?" he asked. I shrugged. "Sure." He led me to a quiet corner, away from the music, away from the crowd, away from anyone who could hear what he was about to say. And then he lost it. "What did I do wrong?" he asked. His voice was shaking. His hands were shaking. His whole body was trembling. "Why are you being such a sociopath with me? I feel disgusting. I cannot even touch myself without feeling used after what you did to me. You came to my house. You had sex with me. We cuddled. And then you just left. You said you did not love me. You said I was a mistake. I cry every day. Every single day. Do you even care?" I listened. I did not interrupt. I let him say everything he needed to say. And when he was done, I spoke. "You used me 2 years ago too," I said. My voice was calm, flat, emotionless. "Remember? The night I lost my virginity to you. You went to a party and made out with another girl. Hours after I bled on your sheets. Hours after I gave you something I could never get back. You cried then too. You begged then too. You said it did not mean anything. You said you loved me, and I forgave you. Because I was 17. Because I was stupid. because I did not know any better. But I am not 17 anymore. He opened his mouth to speak. I cut him off. It is all your fault. If you had kept it in your pants, none of this would have happened. We could have been happy. We could have had something real. But you chose to make out with someone else instead. You chose to break my trust. You chose to ruin the one thing that was supposed to be special. So do not stand here and cry to me about being used. You used me first. You just did not like it when the tables turned. He stared at me. His face was white. His lips were trembling. He looked like a child who had just been told that Santa was not real. I just want to be on good terms, he said quietly. I just want us to be okay. He held out his hand. For me to shake. For me to forgive. For me to pretend that any of this could ever be okay. I looked at his hand. I looked at his face. I looked at the tears running down his cheeks. And I did nothing. I just stood there, silent still. My face was stubborn, spiteful, cold. I did not take his hand. I did not say it was okay. I did not give him the closure he was begging for. I just stared at him, and he broke. He pulled his hand back. He turned around, and he ran. Out of the corner. Out of the party. Out of the building. I watched him go. I watched him disappear into the night. I heard him crying, and I felt nothing. He has not texted me since. That was 6 months ago. He does not call. He does not message. He does not like my photos on social media. He has vanished from my life like he was never there. And I am glad. Not because I hate him. I do not hate him. I just do not care about him. That is worse, is not it? He told me I was a sociopath. Maybe he was right. Maybe there is something wrong with me. Maybe a normal person would have felt guilty, would have apologized, would have tried to make things right, but I did not. Because when I looked at him crying at that party, I did not see a victim. I saw a boy who had taken my virginity and then kissed someone else the same night. A boy who had cried and begged and manipulated me into staying. A boy who had drained me for a year and then acted like I was the problem. A boy who thought he could waltz back into my life and pick up where we left off without ever acknowledging the damage he had done. He said I used him. He was right. I did. I used him the same way he used me. The same way he used my body, my trust, my forgiveness. The only difference is that when he did it, he was 17 and stupid. When I did it, I was 19 and done pretending. People will say I took it too far. People will say I should have just left him alone. People will say 2 wrongs do not make a right. Maybe they are right. Maybe I am the villain in this story. But I am also the one who bled on his sheets. I am the one who forgave him when he did not deserve it. I am the one who stayed for a year while he drained me. I am the one who finally walked away. And if being the villain means finally standing up for myself, then I will wear that title proudly. He asked me what he did wrong. He asked me why I was being such a sociopath. He asked me why I could not just be on good terms. The answer is simple. He broke something in me the night he kissed that girl. Something that never fully healed. Something that made it impossible for me to love him, or trust him, or feel sorry for him. He wanted my virginity. He got it. He wanted my forgiveness. He got it. He wanted my body again. He got it, but he wanted my heart too. And that was the one thing I would not give him. Not again. Not ever. I do not know if he is okay. I do not check on him. I do not ask mutual friends. I do not scroll through his social media to see if he is happy or sad or somewhere in between. He is not my responsibility. He never was. He wanted a girlfriend. He got one. He wanted a second chance. He got that too. But he also got the consequences of his own actions. He cheated. He lied. He manipulated. And then he got a taste of his own medicine. That is not revenge. That is just cause and effect. He planted the seeds. He just did not like the harvest. So here I am, 20 years old, single, free, a little broken, a little cold, a little too good at pretending I do not care. But I am also honest. I know what I did. I know why I did it, and I do not regret it. He asked for forgiveness. I gave it to him once. He asked for my body. I gave it to him again. He asked for my love. That was the one thing I could not give, because he killed it the night he kissed her. He just did not know it until I showed him.